Today on the Saga Vault, it's Holy Grails, the most coveted, most sought after, and most prized possessions of our four collectors. But don't get these confused with the actual Holy Grail. You know, the one from that other Lucas franchise. These are the personal Holy Grails of our four guest collectors, and only one of them will be holy enough to enter the Saga Vault. 4 collectors, 4 artifacts, 1 open slot. Let's open the vault. Welcome to the Saga Vault, where the world's most passionate Star Wars collectors bring their most cherished artifacts to our table. Tonight's theme is Holy Grails.
Our quest for the Holy Grail.
The pieces that collectors would do unholy things to get their hands on. Let's meet the collectors. Gus Lopez, the man who owns not 1, but 2 production Leia bikinis. And boy, does he look good in those.
That's only for you to see.
Red Dodge. She's a collector who can slay a crate dragon in cosplay and still get an R2 unit to beep on cue. And Neumann, the Star Wars obsessed curator of Rancho Obi-Wan. And more importantly, a free-range chicken farmer.
Truth.
And finally, Duncan Jenkins. What can be said about Duncan that hasn't been said already? Plenty. A brilliant man of a million faces, all of which are evil. Oh, and he really likes Star Wars.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we start, and you guys show me your Holy Grails, I'd like to show you my Holy Grail. Except for, it's not from Star Wars. It's actually from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is an actual Holy Grail. Technically, it's my Holy Grail, but it's not my Holy Grail piece. So, let's start. Duncan, why don't you show us what you got?
Okay.
What do we have here?
Oh, yeah.
We have the Star Wars Pine Sol bottle. This is probably not what anybody was expecting to see right after the Grail that you presented. As you probably all get when people come over and see your collection, they're like, okay, well, you must have everything. What is it that you're looking for? And so I wanted it to be something that people would instantly know what it was and have a chance to actually help me find. In 1979, there was a Pine Sol exclusive flying disc, a frisbee, set of 6 of those that you could send off for. And you find the flying discs fairly frequently. But the bottles themselves, just almost impossible to find. I figure, though, that this is the kind of thing that would be sitting in some grandparent's closet or below the sink.
Back.
And at some point, somebody's going to come across one of those and they'll say, this is Star Wars. I didn't even notice. I've been sitting, going and rummaging around this for years and didn't even notice. That's what Duncan was said that he was looking for. So I would put that out there over the years. And actually, it was Gus here who came across this one for me. Little clue, though, he'd been looking for it as well. And
Really? Yeah.
yes, and happened
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We do overlap a little bit. Kanakuk, Alaska
Really?
is where it was, and it was an estate sale kind of thing, as I recall, and they had 2 of them.
Wow.
So Gus got his and said, here you go.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
There it is.
And how long had you been looking for it?
I had been looking for it since the 70s, even knowing that it was there. And then it was 2006.
Wow.
Was when he...
I was going to guess
check
20
out.
years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's gonna...
Yeah.
And so the Pine Sol inside the bottle, that's
Still real Pine Sol from
Has it been
1979. It has not been opened. Yep.
Do you have all 6 discs?
I do have all 6 discs. And then being a completist, there's actually a variation on the X-Wing disc. So I have both of those.
You consider it a Holy Grail. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on, especially being a completist, the other 2 sizes?
The fact that there's more sizes.
2 other
yes.
sizes.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
There are 2 more sizes, and I only still
Are
have
they
the
Holy Grails
one.
is really my question.
They're
Or now
not.
that you have one, you're
Right.
good. Yeah.
I would definitely want them.
Yeah.
very interesting choice. I like it a lot. Can we move on with you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And what do we have here?
Okay, so you are looking at a set of silver jewelry from the 1997 Holiday Planner catalog from Neiman Marcus. So these are very rare pieces. This is the R2D2 pin, and his legs move.
That's cool.
And they were made by Texan Diane Malouf. My favorite here, though, is the slide charm bracelet, which has the characters are R2D2, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Yoda, and Darth Vader. But the charm bracelet is really special to me because in Texas, charm bracelets, more than other places, were a tradition for young girls and women. And I'm actually wearing my charm bracelet from my youth. It has a Star Wars charm on it.
Of course.
In addition, this particular bracelet, Steve let me wear when I married Stu. So this was my borrowed, so I could have a little bit of Star Wars bling on my special day. So I really love this bracelet. Further, I think these belong on Red, or even Michael.
Yes.
So
We'll take them, thank you.
So there was 3 rings. One said Princess, which is the one you have.
Right, yeah.
This one says Star Wars, and this one, which says The Force on it.
Oh, wow.
There you go. It goes perfect on Duncan.
Yeah.
If you look at the one that says Princess, it's not the same style as the catalog. So, and that's when I began my journey to find, well, where did they come from? Who made them? And when I found Diane Malouf, I bought the Princess ring from her. But it's not the same ring that's in the catalog. So the Princess ring has now become my Holy Grail.
Oh.
Again, they're a Texas company. I'm a Texan, so it in particular means a lot to me.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
awesome.
very
Really,
cool.
really special.
Such a sentimental purpose as well. It's great. Well, shall we move on to what Red has brought?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by. Red 9 standing by.
And Red, what have you brought us today?
This artifact is actually from Carrie Fisher's collection.
Wow.
Really?
It is the making of Empire Strikes Back. Rinsler actually gave this to Carrie. It's autographed to her inside, and she kept it in her personal collection for years. And then she gave it to me.
Wow.
So a mutual friend who was a painter and an artist had painted me in a Death Star dress. I mean, he knew about my obsession with Star Wars and my obsession with her. And a lot of my outspoken activism. And so he had gotten hired by her to do some painting. And he had told her that I actually reminded him of Princess Leia in how loud and kind of taking control she was. So she loved hearing that. And so she went into her library and got this book and got a picture and autographed it to me. And then gave it to him to give to me.
That's super cool.
Yes. So this is my Holy Grail, just having something that she's touched, that she owned, and the thought behind that, you know, bonding over our feminism, our human rights, and then to know that she's given me something that I've coveted for so long, it's very special and very dear to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's a wonderful story.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
What was he painting for her?
So he actually did decals in her room, and then she wanted Yoda done in her pool. So she had a couple of stencils, and she gave me those stencils as well. I do have the stencils of Yoda that came from her pool. So he did a Star Wars themed pool and did the stencils and painted it in there.
So tell me more about why Leia means so much to you.
I think in the time that it came out, to have such a strong female leader, and she was willing to risk everything to do what was right. We, as women, need strong heroes like that, but I think just in general, we need heroes who are going to stand up to the Gestapo of the world and say no. And in her real life, Carrie Fisher was just an outspoken leader as well. To see that and to have someone to follow, I think, was just an incredible impression as a young woman, and then to grow up and still idolize her. I think
Yeah,
she's
she was
incredible.
fearless. She was like Princess Leia. She was fearless.
Yeah.
What did she inscribe in the autograph?
Oh, it says, "Love to Red Dodge, the car and the woman, sleep tight."
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a very personal piece that you've got here. I'm not sure if it's as personal as a pine sol bottle. So Gus, what did you bring us?
Well, I can show you.
Oh, come on. That's not even fair.
Yeah, you might be cutting through the competition on this one.
Well, we'll have to see.
But did Carrie sign it?
No.
Then.
Did you clean it with pine sol?
I should have. So this is a production-made lightsaber from the original Star Wars. You know, for years, in my collecting, I was like, I want to own a lightsaber from the original trilogy. It is an elusive, almost impossible goal, because so few have gotten out or have been saved. It was a truly holy grail objective for me in my collection. As far as I know, there are no other proven Luke sabers from the first movie out there anywhere. I don't even know if they're in the Lucas archives.
I have not heard of any.
Whether it got screen time, still unknown. And it turns out it's actually very hard on lightsabers to prove. It has been done, but it's very hard. But it originated from Andy Mitchell, whose father worked as director at Elstree Studios.
Okay.
The good thing is that there's really good information about this that matches it to a lot of behind-the-scenes photos. So it's consistent with one that Luke is holding, and the first time you see a lightsaber. The thing is, we don't have good enough photos to prove it definitively one way or the other, but before the blade is there, when Mark Hamill is holding it, may or may not be that, but it was definitely made for the production. It was made from a vintage camera flash tube called Graflex flash tube. They basically added grips. They added the bubbles on the switch are like calculator pieces from a calculator, and that was pretty much it. They didn't really have to do very much to it. And the challenge, of course, with Graflex sabers is that it's an easy thing to fake, and people have faked them. And as you know, Dan, they put them up for auction.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you done any restoration on this piece?
When I got it and when it was sold, it did not have the original grips. So the T-grips that are in the handle are replica ones I added later to complete it. So it has the right look. Everything else is original.
So the damage on what it would be the flash port, I'm assuming that's something that would happen after the fact?
I did go through a bunch of behind-the-scenes photos. I haven't found any that had the damage, but I'm looking for scratches and things on the edge to see, are some of those scratches there originally, and do they match this one? And I haven't found one that is a perfect match.
I would love to get into this more, but I do have another show that deals with objects like this.
Yes,
and to be
do.
fair, I need to have you on the show.
Yes,
we need to dive in.
Yeah.
If Caleb has found this lightsaber in the film, Gus is about to have one of the best days of his collecting life. Let's get in and discuss this and see which one we think should be the vault-worthy piece.
Okay.
We have some very seemingly obvious grails, a lightsaber, but we have some very personal grails. And we have something that mixes the two. It's personal, yet it is something that is very rare to Star Wars as well. It's going to come down to what do we deem what a Holy Grail is.
I see so many times in the collecting community where somebody lets another person tell them what a Holy Grail is. And to me, that's completely wrong.
It provides interest for the collector, goals and challenges over time when you've got your lightsaber, which we all need one, right? What's next after the lightsaber?
That's the problem.
I don't know.
That's a good question. Because the Holy Grail is usually you find a piece that you've been looking for a long time. Now you got to go on to the next thing.
I mean, the adage is that it's all in the search. Yeah.
To riff on what Duncan said, I believe Holy Grails are relative. Like when I started collecting, my original goal was to complete my loose set of action figures. So I forgot which was the last one. I think it was like Imperial Gunner, and that was the Holy Grail for me.
Right. In a lot of cases, it's as a collector, it's the search, it's the journey.
Can you then say that nothing is a Holy Grail? Because they're all so unique to a person.
Yeah, that's a
So
good point.
nothing should be in the Saga Vault.
I think the personal connections are really great. But I do think when we're thinking about what goes in the vault, what are most people going to be fanning over would be most likely the lightsaber.
Right.
The Carrie Fisher autograph, and that is something that a lot of people will identify with.
You know, now that she's gone, like personal pieces that tied are huge in telling a story.
Man, I love that pine sol bottle. You know, because it's just so weird.
It is.
The fact that you have your Grail, is it now not a Grail anymore? Is the Grail the anticipation of what you're trying to find, or is it what you've already found?
If we had a Holy Grail exhibit at the museum, would it mean anything to anybody in the audience because it
That's true.
wasn't their personal Grail?
All right, well, let's dive into the vote. Hopefully you have decided something so far. I'm still figuring it out myself. All right, guys, let's vote. All right, this is a tough one. Duncan, start us off.
The thing that I absolutely love is that it didn't end up being 4 of the exact same thing. For me, the vote that I'm going to go with is the Graphics.
Fair?
Wow.
Ann?
While Pine Sol and the Carrie Fisher and my jewelry had really personal stories behind them, I don't think a museum guest can identify with that journey. So they can definitely identify with the lightsaber.
Yeah, very, very astute observation. Right.
But everybody who saw Star Wars freaked out when they saw that saber. We all wanted one. So yeah, I guess that's
And still do.
I still do. I'll take it if it goes missing today. Oops.
So Gus, I'm curious what you voted for.
I guess where my head went on this was, how will we tell the story of Carrie Fisher? So I went with the Rinsler book that Carrie Fisher had.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, my vote is not one of the options. My vote is that a Holy Grail is kind of the next best thing, and it's so differently defined by different people that I feel like I can't vote for anything.
Wow.
I think it's, in this particular case, it's you guys here. Yeah.
Did not expect that.
No, I did not expect that going into this vote. So I apologize for not voting for it.
Well, our audience.
That's very true, because our audience is really important to make up the final vote. We've got a lot of really cool options
And
here.
they've heard the discussion, so they have context of what we're talking about Grails, so they will tell us how they think about Grails.
And they
It'll be
will tell
interesting.
us. They will take the YouTube comment section and write us a dissertation on what you think of Grail is. Should be the Grail. We want to hear from you. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. I think this was a really interesting, unusual turnout for this episode, but great pieces and great stories. Thanks everyone.